From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Hello everyone. Well, did you know that there is a free Weather NorCal app? You know, when I first launched Weather NorCal, a lot of people were asking, do you have an app? And the answer to that was yes, since day one. So if you've been following Weather NorCal, whether it's on Facebook or from the website, know that you can get everything that Weather NorCal has to offer right from your phone. So all you have to do is from your iPhone, go to the App Store, or from your Android, go to the Google Play Store. Search for Weather NorCal, look for this icon right here, click Install. Before you know it, you've got the app for free. Check it out. All right, so the warming trend, it's begun. We're going to notice it today. We've noticed it over the last several days. The fire danger, though, it's unfortunately going to be increasing slightly over the next few days. As the temperatures increase, humidities are going to be low, winds may be picking up a little bit. That's enough to really start to elevate that fire danger just a little bit here. Now, there is a slight chance for a few mountain showers, maybe a few thunderstorms here as we go into the next few days, but overall, mainly dry. Just those afternoon cumulus clouds, but not much in the way of rain, if any, really. And then the heat wave looks to peak sometime around this weekend before we see another dip in our temperatures. Now, your neighborhood forecast for today, you see how the temperatures are creeping upward. We're in the mid-90s for the valley, 80s for most of the mountains, even Trinity County getting into the low 90s. If you're heading out to the district fair today, well, Kids Day is today with a temperature of 95. Not too bad, right? But we're back in the triple digits by the first day of summer on Thursday for Senior Day, Cattleman's Day on Friday, 106, and it doesn't look to get much better as we go into the weekend either. The smoke, of course, as you know, we got the side fire down to the south here. There's that main plume of smoke there. So the winds are going to be shifting today. They've been mainly from the north this morning, pushing most of that smoke to the south. But then going through the afternoon, we're going to see more of a southerly flow of winds. The winds coming from the south, pushing northward. So as a result, I think we're going to maybe see some haze for many of us in the valley. You'll notice it's a little bit more dense, but not that much, right? You might smell a little bit of smoke for places like Hayfork and Weaverville, and maybe out towards the Chester area as well. But really overall, just some of that haze out there. Now as we go into this evening, 5 o'clock, now we're beginning to see, again, just that haze, probably not much in the way of that smell of smoke. And then going into tonight, you can still see some of that haze out there. It gets a little bit more dense down into parts of western Glenn County, just west of Willows, most likely smelling and seeing some of that smoke as well. All right, so here's what we have for our forecast winds here for tonight, or this evening that is. You can see those south winds I was talking about. You see how it's just a tad breezy out there, but really nothing to write home about. Shouldn't be that bad tomorrow morning, but once again, kind of picking up again. 10 to even upwards of 20 miles per hour. Again, that's enough to really elevate that fire danger just a little bit when you combine it with the low humidity and not to mention the heat. So there you can see Friday, 5 p.m., once again, those winds picking up just a little bit, just enough to really help to elevate that fire danger. So we look at the fire weather risk here for today, it's in the moderate range, just barely within those yellows, right? But look what happens as we go into Thursday. Again, with those winds picking up just a little bit, low humidity, temperatures getting warmer. Now we're in that moderate to high categories. We're seeing more oranges on the map. And then we take a look at our satellite image here. As we take a look at the big picture, there you can see, of course, the clouds off to our west and north. And really overall, it's just going to be warming back up. You see this trough of low pressure right here. This still has warmer air that's going to be in place. But the heat that's over the, really start to build over the desert southwest later this week is going to start expanding into our region, especially by the time we get into the weekend, and that is going to mean hot temperatures. Now the main bubble of heat will be to our south, southeast, over the desert southwest, but it is expanding into our region. But this system here is going to ride over that ridge, prevent it from building as big as it'd like to. Same situation with this trough of low pressure and this cooler air that's associated with it. You see that big heat that's developing over the desert southwest, it is expanding in over us, but not as bad as it could be if we didn't have that right there. So we can at least be grateful for the fact that yes, it's going to be hot, but not as hot as it could get. So we look at Futurecast and we take you into tomorrow. And there you can see a lot of the low clouds and fog most likely persisting through a good portion of the day, even for places like Crescent City. You see how there's a pop-up shower in northeastern Siskiyou County. So if we see a stray sprinkle here or there tomorrow afternoon, don't be surprised. But overall, just partly cloudy skies for the second half of the day on Thursday. For Friday, look at that. Again, we're still seeing a lot of that fog along the coast, but we're seeing it burn off behind it. So it looks like it won't be quite as persistent as we go into Friday afternoon, and not to mention going into the weekend. So here's what it looks like for the rest of the day today. Temperatures low to mid 90s in the valley. For the higher elevations in the 70s, even some 80s. So once again, we're just slowly starting to see those temperatures increase, and we're really going to notice it by the time we do get into tomorrow. Redding, I think you'll be up to about 100 degrees by tomorrow. For Red Bluff, Chico, probably just barely dodging that triple-digit mark with upper 90s. And then everyone in the valley is seeing 100 degrees or higher through the weekend, and then a slight dip over the beginning of next week. There's a look at your coast, inland, Weaverville, not to mention, of course, Trinity County. Those temperatures are going to peak somewhere around Friday, Saturday, and then slowly dipping back down to the mid to upper 90s by the time we get into Monday and Tuesday. And how about Siskiyou County, Modoc County, and the Eastern Mountains? Also seeing that increase in the temperatures before we see those temperatures drop slightly back down into the 80s by Monday and Tuesday.
Everywhere I go, I'm riding with pride. I'm riding on my go-go. Watch me glide. Everywhere I go, I'm getting around. I'm riding on my go-go. All over town, I'm riding in style and feeling so right. It's easy to take and it's all so light. Everywhere I go, I'm riding on my go-go.
Everything Medical, your mobility experts.